jumping right into it. The show is started.
Sweet.
I wish I knew the name. I think it's called Pedro.
Pedro?
Sangiovese from Tuscany.
Yeah?
Yeah, $7.99 at Wine and More.
It's one of the more.
I think it's one of the less.
Yeah, I'll take it. For that much, it is less expensive than the average.
Less expensive. You buy 6 bottles, you get it cheaper.
Yep.
6 for one. What you sipping on?
Alaskan Amber.
Yummy. Oh.
Yeah, I like amber.
I'm trying to stay away from the beer because I'm getting fat.
Oh, I'm getting too skinny, so I got the opposite problem. I'm just kidding. Nobody has that problem.
I'll be eating chips and drinking beer.
I'm suffering over here, Larry.
Oh, dude, I'm wasting away. Hi, and welcome to Seattle's #1 comic book podcast. This is the podcast that is dedicated to the first issue, and we got a good one tonight, of your next favorite comic. I'm Larry.
I'm James.
And tonight... Oh, James, I'm going to pause the show for a second.
Okay.
And this week we are talking about... Oh, actually, I meant to look this up because on my hard copy, it says Batman.
You can't leave him hanging like that.
It says
Batman. It does say Batman, yes.
It says Batman, the Black Mirror, but I know from looking at Comixology, this is actually from the pages of Detective Comics, which is a different title than Batman. So there's...
Oh.
So if you're reading Batman, you are reading probably 8 titles a week, or 8 titles a month. There's Batman, which is Batman Rebirth. There's Detective Comics. There's Justice League, where Batman makes appearances. There is sometimes, right now there's Batman White Knights. Okay. And then there is, I want to call it,
Young Batman?
I think it's called Superman and Sons. And it's Batman.
That's a Batman one? Superman? It's called Superman, and it's a Batman?
It stars, young Batman and young
kind of like how
Superman.
This Batman's really Robin.
Yeah, Robin, and so so any number of Batmans you can run into all kinds of static with what Batman you're reading. So do
you have a favorite one right now?
Currently, my most favorite, and I almost even put this into
that's too tough a question for you, but
my current favorite Batman is Batman Rebirth, which just recently had their second annual, and it was a Batman love story with Catwoman and Batman, and this was kind of like
kid? Do they have a baby? That baby?
They have tons. They have children. They have tons of children. They have a bunch of kids. But they'll grow old together, and I won't spoil it, but it's their romance through the ages, and they're old, and...
That doesn't sound very exciting.
They're
old, and it's a romance. My favorite things about Batman.
No, it's the young stuff is really cool, and they're having a back and forth when they're older, as to actually
sitting on rocking chairs.
They're sitting. Well, I won't tell you where they're sitting, because it is a bit of a sad story.
They're on rocking chairs, but they're still on the top of the Empire State Building.
Yeah, exactly. They're in Gotham. They're still fighting crime. They're lifting weights, staying fit.
Holes and glasses on.
And but they're talking, and each one has a different.
Meet Paramore.
They have different stories as to when they met. Like, no,
Okay.
you got it wrong, Bats. No, you got it wrong, Cat.
Oh, and those stories are the main part.
And it's precious.
Larry, I just realized we're talking about the wrong Batman.
Oh, but the
this
Batman.
Isn't the Batman we read.
But the Batman we're talking about tonight is the Black Mirror.
Black Mirror, which is a great title.
And written by Scott Snyder with art by Jock. And if you bought the
And
12...
like his brother.
Yeah, if you bought the $12 issue on Comixology or the hard copy, or if you found it somewhere, or if you double dipped and bought the single issues and the hard copy, you got also some Francisco Francavilla art. And I got a lot to say about that, and I won't forget to talk about that. But tonight we're talking about...
And so he did the art and his brother did the coloring?
I don't know about the brother doing the coloring.
Yeah,
Did you read some
Jock Francisco Francavilla was the artist, and David Barron Francisco Francavilla was the colorist.
Oh, wow. I didn't see that. Okay,
Yeah,
well...
so I guess they're brothers, the Francavillas.
Oh, Francisco Francavilla does 4 issues inside of this collection, which is, yeah. I'm going to talk more about this collection because the collection is really the story here. The first issue is what James and I are going to talk about because I thought the first issue was pretty good, and Jock's art in the first issue was pretty good. But I'm a Francavilla fan.
Jock's a pretty good first name.
Yeah, he is a cool dude. And what did you think about...
He kind of rebelled against being a jock.
Yeah, he turned into an artist.
A comic book artist.
Yeah. So this first issue is... And did you have in your issue a forward page that says the story so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about that story so far. Because that's big. That's big in this story.
No, yeah, if you didn't read this, then your things aren't going to make sense.
You would be completely lost.
You would be completely lost, but you wouldn't be that lost. No, you'd be completely lost. It wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, who's this Batman?
So, in the aftermath of the universe-shattering events known as the Final Crisis, Gotham City's Dark Knight was pronounced dead. Right?
Batman's
dead. So now, who's going to be Batman? Robin. And who's going to be Robin? Batman's son.
Damian.
Batman's
biological son.
Batman's biological. Yeah, I don't know that much about that story.
I'll fill in the spots.
Damian is Robin, and Dick Grayson, our Robin, is now Batman.
Oh, and he's a cool Batman.
Yeah, so that's so it's just a little bit of a shift. Anyone can take up the mantle, wear the mask. And we even find out that, so then maybe Batman isn't dead after all, and he's actually out in the world making Batmans for other countries or something like that.
Batman Incorporated.
Oh,
this is so much fun, James, with you because I've read all of this. Batman Incorporated is my Batman. I love Batman Incorporated.
Your favorite? What's your favorite ethnicity of Batman?
There's this Japanese Batman.
Japanese Batman.
So freaking cool.
Yeah.
But there's some amazing art in
Is there a Batman in Antarctica?
There's no, my favorite one is Native American Batman.
Native American Batman.
It's awesome.
Eskimo Batman.
Oh, they're all over the world. It is so cool.
I guess you could be a Native American all over.
Once we get into that Batman Incorporated, so Batman takes on a different spin, and he is out of the picture here, and we have Dick Grayson.
But we still have Batman.
We have Batman.
The mask. We still have the mask and the character.
Yeah. The mask and the character, and all of the players who are in place.
Alfred.
Alfred is there. But the cool thing about this is also it even takes place...
Inspector Gordon.
Inspector Gordon is there, but it's not at Wayne Manor anymore. It is at the penthouse. And I think about this in the terms of like when...
I didn't pay any attention to that for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
So this is all done in the penthouse, and also in the penthouse, they have this amazing crime lab.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And
that they offered to the police. They're like, hey, we're going to, like, try to help the city out. We have this amazing technology for a crime lab. And then, but GCPD, Gotham City Police Department, they never said that all the way. I just had to figure it out. But I'm pretty smart, so. They're too proud to use this equipment. So, but except for this one circumstance that we get to see.
The one circumstance is an off-the-books evidence of some evidence that has gone missing from the evidence locker. Bad cops! Bad cops! They're everywhere. Yeah, bad cops. Cop,
and they need to see this kid somehow got some of this controlled substance that turns him into Killer Croc.
My favorite character.
Larry's favorite character. I did think about that. I was like, maybe we'll see Killer Croc, Larry's favorite character.
All right. So as a quick aside, when we're looking at this,
will we? I only read the first one.
Well, when we're looking at this this jock art, wow. That Killer Croc that comes out of like the chlorine swimming pool. So these poor kids are there.
It almost doesn't match because it's so scary in comparison to the regular people.
Yeah, the thing that bothered me about this picture is why is a teenager like bald?
Yeah, and what happened to the kid who was getting pushed under the water? He turned into the monster?
Oh yeah, he goes into a coma for 2 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's in a coma because he's been drugged with this Killer Croc serum. And so the setup is...
Yeah, okay. I guess I guess there's one, I wanted to see a transformation thing. I guess kind of I think that's a cool art thing. Like I always liked Animorphs and stuff. They did give you his eye changed color. But it was just like all of a sudden he was this monster. And the first time I read it, I thought that the monster just like ate through the kid.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. You would think that.
I thought that, but
you would. Yeah. So
But this monster, would you say he's like? He almost doesn't fit in with the 2 pages we've seen so far.
I am more bothered by.
He's so overdone.
I'm more bothered by this like bald teenage kid. Like, is that a style that this kid is wearing? But like, so
he's a skinhead or something.
Yeah. So they're in gym class in a private school, very expensive private school. They have a pool.
Yeah, they're in the locker room,
and they're swimming around in the pool, and this drug kicks in on this poor kid who's taken this drug, and he morphs into a killer croc, a killer beast, and he starts chomping on 2 of his classmates, and one of them happens to be bald. It really bothers me.
Okay, so Larry, up to the monster, that's one set of artists, right? And then after that, it's a different artist.
No, it's the same artist. It's the same artist throughout.
Oh, okay.
All right, but when like I said, we'll get into the Francavilla stuff, but then we cut to
because it is weird. Larry, do you think it's weird that Killer Croc is so detailed and everything else is like?
I do. I have a problem with that as well. Like it looks
especially
almost
when he
like
has a
2
bald
art.
head. It's just like there's one line.
Yeah.
But I do like the simplicity. It is just like it was almost like I liked that better than the crazy monster.
Oh, but so the text that goes along with this is
amount of text.
I love this text because the text is setting the story up that Bruce Wayne isn't Batman in this story. Dick Grayson is this Batman, and this Batman, if you know anything about Batman,
being Bruce Wayne Batman,
and he's telling this story about how we always turn it up, and we turn it up to 11 when we play Gotham.
Oh, so yeah, he's telling about these stories about he was raised in like a carnival, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And that they would do different types of performances for different audiences, and they'd always do the craziest ones for Gotham.